Hello everyone and welcome back. Meat Department here. I'm so glad you could join me for another video today, guys. So we're going to discuss some of the nerfs that Giant Simulator has actually recently come. So there's been some updates to the game and yeah, there's some stuff that is not the same as it's always been. Now, part of it has been because some of it was actually bugs in the game that have just kind of remained and became, you know, part of our culture in the game and stuff we're used to, and quality of life stuff that, you know what, it was a bug, but not so bad. The other stuff is just kind of, I guess, updates to the game, and you know what? Most players don't seem like they're that happy with it as they probably shouldn't be, at least those that are seasoned. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about, first of all, in Candyland, guys, there is a big increase in adjustment of cost for basically buying pets. So what does that mean, and what did I even just say? There was a cost adjustment in a recent patch, and look, the price of the pets actually went up to 3,000 of the cookie currency instead of 2,000, which has pretty much been standard since events have been in Giant Simulator for the last year and a half. So that's a huge increase. That's a 50% increase in price of pets, guys. That is actually quite significant. That means basically on a free-to-play character, if you want to stand a chance to even get a rainbow honey bunny on your own, not, you know, talking about the Easter pass that pretty much everyone can complete if you just spend a little bit of time in the game. If you want to get your own, instead of needing 50 million cookies, you need about 75 million on average in order to have enough basically to open things up and get it. So yeah, it's 50% more farming, guys, and that's a shame because honestly in this Easter event things were starting to feel a little bit good, right? The AFK circle is definitely not a bad thing to stand in anymore. It's pretty good. They got the little bunny chest around, which give a ton of actual, you know, cookie currency when you break them, right? A real big amount. They're all over the place, mixed in with cookies, and, you know, things felt pretty good. The pets in general got buffed, so the pets actually do give more cookie multiplier than what we had before in the past. They've been, you know, slightly raised to just give you more multiplier, and that, all of it combined, just felt good. It felt like it was a little bit easier for those that could play a little bit more casually, or maybe just straight up AFK in the circle, whatever, to actually have a chance to get stuff. So that's a big bummer, but they didn't touch the price of artifacts, and this is still one of the best things in the game to get first because they're relatively easy to get, you know, in comparison to the best pets, and they give you huge soul gem gains and all that stuff. So those are still good. But man, the nerf on the pets, the pet cost, oof. That kind of feels bad. So it's like they made it so you could basically acquire the currency just slightly easier, but now they raised it by 50%, where it kind of actually in the long run probably makes things harder. So I don't think we acquire the stuff 50% faster than we used to, but now it costs 50% more. So that's actually a real shame, and I hope they look into maybe readjusting the cost down, right? Because the amount of pets you need to make it royal and then to make it rainbow, I mean, oh my god, it is kind of crazy considering this isn't a hatching game and the currency itself is part of the grind. Yeah, but now to compound with that, guys, the other issue I'm talking about, the other nerf, is when it basically comes down to opening the chests. Now, I think it's for every chest in the game now. So you remember, basically, you've always watched me with the auto clicker. When I set it to 0 or 1 millisecond, I put it on the buy button and I let the auto clicker open it. Well, you know, the pets still do open relatively quick, so that's actually pretty good, as you see there. But you'll notice that when you go to like the weapons in the temple, that's not the case. So let's open up a few more pets. Now, they're opening fast, so that's not a bad thing, right? But I mean, if you look back at some older videos, you just saw this thing was like, it just flipped open, man. It was hammering home the pets super quick, guys. So the pet one doesn't look like it's that bad of a nerf, but it is definitely slower. It is definitely slower. But I want to go to the temple and I want to show you the weapons, because the significance here is the temple weapons now with the new Spirit Forge system is actually a huge part of the game once again for all players. So you're going to come here, you're going to want to buy the skins, you're going to want to buy the weapons, and you're going to want to do the same strategy where you go ahead and spam this and open up a whole ton at once, right? Now, I know if you're familiar with this, the animation always looked like it opened only one skin at a time, right? So I just opened up like 3, right? But in reality, because my auto clicker is ripping at 1 millisecond, I would have had like probably 10 to 15 in the bag. And when I open my bags up, guys, you're going to see that's not the case. I don't have any because I had auto sell on. So actually, let me actually take auto sell off. It'll be a better example. So here we go. Now it'll keep everything. So here's one, it's showing, and then we'll have two that's showing. Now normally those two would have probably been anywhere in the ballpark of 3 to 10 skins that it actually purchased for me. That's not the case because here they are. Both of the cyborgs, and that's it. The rest are permanent skins I already had. So that's what I'm talking about. So that means when you're sitting on this thing right here and you're hoping to get yourself a Scythe of Prophecy to forge up, right? When it's only buying one at a time and the chances are so low, I mean, it is going to take you a long time if your luck is not good, if your RNG is not good. So I just bought 3 weapons right there, and I'm probably almost 100% sure it's only going to be 3 in the bag. Yep, 1, 2, 3. One of them was actually... Nope, it wasn't. The Sword of Eternity, Hammer of Storms, and Sword of Eternity. That's right. Those were the 3 new ones. Normally, I would have had like 10 in the bag, right? So yeah, that kind of stinks because when you're going for the Scythe of Prophecy, now you're going to be sitting here and it's literally 1. And again, the next one, when it finally loads, it's 1. So I mean, before, if it even used to take you like 15, 20 minutes, half an hour before, depending on your luck, well, now it could take hours for you to get this, guys. So this is another nerf. Now this one is what I'm talking about, where it used to be a bug in the game, right? It wasn't intended for the auto clicker to kind of bypass things and spend the gold and fill the bags up, right? That wasn't designed. I think it was a bug. So honestly, the developers kind of fixed really the issue at hand. However, like I said, the culture and gameplay of all of us players keeping the game alive over the years, well, we kind of got used to being able to auto click and buy a whole load of this stuff at once to save time. Focus more on the actual grind, doing the quests, picking up orbs, killing snowmen, whatever you fancy doing, right? You go and do that. But that's not the case anymore, guys. So that's just another little nerf to the game right now. I hope that it does get fixed soon. I really do hope it does get fixed. Another thing I just want to mention that I have heard from those of you, not only in comments, but on the Discords, my own Discord, Mithril Games official Discord, is the meteor. The meteor that's supposed to land in these worlds apparently sometimes just cannot be found anywhere. And I haven't looked around for it in this, but if you have a quest that is break the meteor and you can't find the meteor, ouch, that kind of stinks. Especially when you can't really skip the quest using quest points or anything like that. You straight up have to use Bowbucks and you might not have it. What's this sign? You could use your forged weapons and armors with stronger spirits to get even better for it. Yes, you can. And here they are right here. Beautiful. I just noticed that sign for the very first time, guys. So yeah, those are just some of the nerfs, guys. Keep it in mind for sure that the cost for you to buy your event pets is definitely 50% higher than it ever has been. And when it does come time to actually buy, you know, weapons and stuff, you better allot a lot of time to actually spend your currency. Now, I did show that the pets aren't that bad. When you actually spend the currency on the pets, it does still spam them home pretty quick. Let's see if that's still the case with the artifacts here. I'm just going to auto sell so I don't fill my bags. The artifacts, yeah, the artifacts open pretty quick too. So it looks like the pets and the artifacts open decently fast still, just not as fast as they were. So that's not that bad of a deal. But for the weapons, oof, that's a tough one right there, man. That's a real tough one to take in, guys. But I just wanted to share this with you, give you guys a little heads up of some of the changes. I'm not really sure what the intentions were behind them. But as far as quality of life goes, I think most of you will probably agree with me that you liked it the way it was before, when the cost of pets was cheaper, since we need to buy so many, and that the weapons open fast because, you know, it's so hard to get and you don't want to sit there for hours opening stuff to get your weapon. So that's just my take on it, guys, and I wanted to share some of the information with you. So as always, guys, thanks for sticking with me, and until next time, stay positive, keep swinging, and have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.